Welcome students, myself Mahesh Acharya, your biology teacher. Today we will take the next topic of plant physiology. In last class we discussed about the transportation of water and then mineral with the help of xylem and the xylem component like tracheid vessels, xylem parenchyma and then xylem fiber. Today we will discuss some basic concepts related to the plant physiology chapter which is transportation. So about this concern, the few lines which explain as per NCRT that the plant cell has the three physiological component. Number one, cell wall, protoplast, and then vacuole. Now cell wall create the wall pressure, protoplasm responsible for the balancing the osmotic pressure, and vacuole also responsible for the pressure. So these three things is responsible for transportation and maintain the shape and size of plant cell. Now these components or these structure separated by the membrane which is present at the surrounding of the vacuole or central vacuole. The membrane is called tonoplast. So we can say the tonoplast is the membrane which present in the central vacuole. As per other cell, the membrane is called plasma membrane, but in case of central vacuole, the membrane is called tonoplast. Now the other structure which is plasma lemma and other which is protoplasm. These all are the structure which is present in a plant cell. Next line explain that the both membrane are selectively permeable. Which both membrane? Plasma lemma and then tonoplast both are the selectively permeable. What is the mean of selectively permeable and what is the mean of semi permeable? Two concepts in this chapter. Selective permeable means the membrane which allow the selected particles to inside and release outside. This type of membrane is called selectively permeable membrane. The plasma membrane or the tonoplast is the selectively permeable membrane. First of all, it check the molecule size and then requirement of molecule size, then the membrane allowed to enter or exit these all type of components. But the semi permeable membrane only allow the solvent, not allow the solute. Means if in the case of sugar solution, these membrane which is semi permeable allow only the water molecule but not allow the glucose particle inside the cell. So that case is called semi permeable. But we are discussing about the selectively permeable. So in case of selectively permeable, membrane allow only the useful component enter inside the cell and release the component which is not useful, release outside the cell, is called selectively permeable membrane. Central vacuole contain a osmotically active fluid called cell sap. Very important term which is called cell sap. What is the sap? SAP sap, or we can say the cell SAP sap. The term cell sap means the fluid which present in the central vacuole is called cell sap because it contain the liquid material which is responsible for the maintain the shape and size of the plant cell. So this fluid is called cell sap. That means the extract of the plant protoplasm is called cell sap. Next is plant cell form a living continuums called symplast and then help to plasmodesmata which function as a cytoplasmic bridge. The plasmodesmata. In last class we discussed about that the two type of transportation which is apoplast and then symplast. Two word. First is the symplast and other word is called apoplast. So in case of apoplast, the water and mineral travel through the cell wall, and in case of symplast, water molecule travel through the bridge which is called plasmodesmata. Plasmodesmata is the bridge between the two plant cell. So the bridge is called plasmodesmata which function as. Why the word apoplast used in the non-living? Because the apoplast pathway generally use the cell wall. That means the movement of water and mineral at the area of cell wall. That time the pathway is called apoplast. Clear? So apoplast pathway is a non-living pathway. Next is the water potential. What is the mean of water potential? Water potential, in simple word, that number of water molecule which present in a solution as a comparative to the environment, as a comparative to the surrounding solution, is called water potential. In simple word, it is a surrounding solution and it is the water or the solution like hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic. So when we compare these two solutions, the number of water molecule which present in surrounding solution and number of water molecules present in the solution, the capacity or number of these molecules is called water potential. So chemical potential is the free energy of one molecule of substance in a system, constant temperature and pressure, all the reaction and process involved in it. So in simple word, the water potential means the amount of water molecule which present in a solution as compared to their surrounding water solution is called water potential. Next is metric potential. What is the mean of metric potential? The amount of water bound to the matrix. The amount of water which bound with the matrix, clear, of a plant via hydrogen bond. Via hydrogen bond is called metric potential. Again, repeat the definition of metric potential. The amount of water bound to the matrix of a plant via hydrogen bond is called metric potential. The symbol of metric potential is psi m. The psi and then m is called metric potential, and then symbol of water potential is psi w. So these are the two different type of potential. Again, repeat the definition of metric potential. The amount of water bound to the matrix. That means how much water bound to the matrix of plant via hydrogen bond is called metric potential, psi m. In herbaceous plant, the metric potential is almost negligible and it is therefore ignored. Thus, psi w, which is water potential, is solute potential plus pressure potential or Turger pressure potential. Here the two terms which we discuss in the next topic. So negligible, why it is called negligible in herbaceous plant? Because it is zero in case of herbaceous plant, which is metric potential. So psi w, which is water potential, is equal to solute potential. ये solute potential है, and then P means pressure potential or Turger pressure potential. So equation is that psi w is the psi s plus psi p. Clear? Next is solute potential or the osmotic potential. Solute potential and then osmotic potential. What is the mean of solute potential or osmotic potential? It is a decrease in the chemical potential of water due to occurrence of solute particle in it. Or we can say that the potential or the pressure which prevent the water from inside outside to cell is called osmotic potential or solute potential. Means the pressure which exerted by the solute is called solute potential. अब यहाँ पे जनरली हम देख सकते हैं कि solute और solvent में solute जो है the chemical which mix in the solvent, तो जो solute pressure create करेगा, this solute pressure is which prevent the flow of water is called solute potential. तो ये water के flow को prevent करेगा. That time it is called solute potential or osmotic potential. So the potential osmotic pressure which can develop in the system due to entry of excess water in term is called osmotic potential. Now entry of water into the is term osmotic potential. The solute potential in the solution depend upon the total number of solute particle. जो मैंने अभी एक्सप्लेन किया था कि किस पे डिपेंड करेगा सॉल्यूट पोटेंशियल, द टोटल नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूट पार्टिकल. तो जितनी ज़्यादा सॉल्यूट पार्टिकल होंगे सॉल्यूशन क्या होता जाएगा, इट कन्वर्ट इनटू द हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन. और हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन में क्या होगा कि इसका सॉल्यूट पोटेंशियल इंक्रीज होता जाएगा. तो ये यहाँ पे सॉल्यूट पोटेंशियल इज कॉल्ड ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर और CRT. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट वी विल टेक now next term is types of diffusion. In last class we discussed about the diffusion means the process by which movement of substances from higher concentration region to lower concentration region is called diffusion. So two type of diffusion. First is independent diffusion and second is called facilitated diffusion. So independent diffusion, a system may have two or more types of diffusion particles. Each diffusion particles exert its own diffusion pressure. Means अगर कहीं पे भी दो डिफरेंट टाइप्स के डिफ्यूजन पार्टिकल डिफ्यूज आउट और डिफ्यूजन हो रहे हैं और इन दोनों पार्टिकल का अपना प्रेशर डिफरेंट है, दैट मीन्स दे डिपेंड ऑन देयर ओन प्रेशर, दैट टाइम द टाइप ऑफ डिफ्यूजन इज कॉल्ड इंडिपेंडेंट डिफ्यूजन. ईच डिफ्यूजन पार्टिकल एक्सर्ट देयर ओन डिफ्यूजन प्रेशर कॉल्ड द पार्शियल प्रेशर and each particle according to its partial pressure move from inner side to out or outside to in is called independent diffusion. Tendency of different substances to diffuse according to their own partial pressure. So here explain the term that many particles move from one area to another area, from higher concentration region to lower concentration region on the basis of their own pressure, not depend on the concentration gradient of overall. So this type of diffusion is called independent diffusion. Next is facilitated diffusion. Means the diffusion which depend on the protein, which are especially porine protein or channel protein. So the gradient must already be present for diffusion to occur. This diffusion rate depend on the size of substances. Smaller substance diffuse faster, and the diffusion of any other substances across the membrane also depend on insolubility in liquid. So substances which soluble in lipid diffuse through the membrane faster, but they have hydrophilic moiety find it difficult to pass through the membrane. Clear. And their movement has to be facilitated. अब यहाँ पे जो easily जो dissolve होंगे, soluble होंगे लिपिड में, they are easily transfer from higher concentration to lower concentration. अब जो dissolve नहीं होंगे लिपिड में, they provide the facility for diffusion and the facility in the form of membrane protein or porine protein. Now the membrane protein when used in the diffusion, that time the term is called facilitated diffusion. तो यहाँ पे circumstances क्या आ गई कि if particles soluble in lipid, that time it is responsible for transportation. अगर यहाँ पे लिपिड में soluble नहीं है, that time they use the protein which is called membrane protein or porine protein, and membrane protein receive these particles from outside and transfer to the inner side of the cell. That time this type of diffusion is called facilitated diffusion. And these both type of diffusion is called also passive transportation because they do not need any type of ATP molecule. Clear. Now next is different path of transportation of substances, especially diffusion of substances with the help of carrier protein. Generally we discuss that carrier protein present on the plasma membrane. So here it is a plasma membrane or PM. Clear. Here the circular structure is called protein, which is called porine protein. We can say protein or porine protein or channel protein also. So these carrier or channel protein responsible for transportation of substances from outside to inside. अब यहाँ पे तीन condition है, which is uniport, antiport and then symport. Now in uniport means the transportation of substances from one side to another side means outside to inside. अब ये substance outside to inside allow है जा रहे हैं इनसाइड टू आउटसाइड नहीं है, तो आउट टू इनसाइड जा रहे हैं, दैट टाइम द कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड यूनिपोर्ट, यानी कि ये चैनल प्रोटीन केवल सिंगल डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट कर रहा है, वाटर का डिफ्यूजन करवा रहा है, दैट टाइम इट इज कॉल्ड यूनिपोर्ट टाइप ऑफ सिस्टम ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। ये चैनल प्रोटीन इनर साइड से आउटसाइड में मूवमेंट को सब्सटेंसेस को रिलीज नहीं होने दे रहा, दैट टाइम द कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड यूनिपोर्ट ट्रांसपोर्टेशन। एंटीपोर्ट Antiport transportation means the type of diffusion or transportation in which the few molecule enter and other molecules release by the same type of porine protein, that time it is called antiport transportation। means अब यहाँ से एक प्रोटीन A जो है यहाँ आ जा रहा है और दूसरा सब्सटेंस इमीडिएटली इसी प्रोटीन के साथ में, इसी पोरीन प्रोटीन, इसी कैरियर प्रोटीन से रिलीज होकर आउटसाइड में आ रहा है, यानी दोनों साइड में बाई डायरेक्शनल अगर ये मूवमेंट करना अलाउ कर रहा है, दैट टाइम द कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड एंटीपोर्ट। सो यहाँ पे बाई डायरेक्शनल मूवमेंट हो रही है वाटर सब्सटेंसेस की, सॉरी सॉल्यूट सब्सटेंसेस की, दैट टाइम द कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड एंटीपोर्ट। नेक्स्ट इज द सिम्पोर्ट। अब यहाँ पे सिम्पोर्ट क्या कर रहा है, सिम्पोर्ट जनरली क्या कर रहा है, दो सब्सटेंस को एक साथ में इनर साइड में अलाउ कर रहा है, बट नॉट इन केस ऑफ एंटीपोर्ट। तो एंटीपोर्ट वाले केस में जैसे हो रहा है, एक मॉलिक्यूल एंट्री हो रहा है, दूसरा मॉलिक्यूल रिलीज हो रहा है विद द हेल्प ऑफ सेम कैरियर प्रोटीन। सिम्पोर्ट वाले में दो दो मॉलिक्यूल एक साथ में एंट्री करेंगे। तो यहाँ पे ये तीन टाइप के पोर्टल सिस्टम है, विच इज यूनिपोर्ट, एंटीपोर्ट एंड सिम्पोर्ट। ये सिंगल एरो बता रहा है कि यूनिपोर्ट में सिंगल मॉलिक्यूल जाएगा, एंटीपोर्ट बता रहा है कि एक मॉलिक्यूल जाएगा, दूसरा मॉलिक्यूल आउटसाइड में रिलीज होगा। सिम्पोर्ट में ये बता रहा है कि दो दो मॉलिक्यूल एक साथ में इनर साइड में एंटर होंगे। सो दीज आर द थ्री डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ पोर्ट सिस्टम इन द पैसिव ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और फैसिलिटेड डिफ्यूजन। So in next topic, which is osmotic pressure, OP. What is the OP? It is the maximum pressure which can develop in the system due to osmotic entry of water. When the water enter by the process of osmosis, definitely water enter कब होता है, जब hypotonic solution contain the high amount of water and hypertonic solution contain the less amount of water. So water move from hypotonic solution to hypertonic solution. This type of movement is called osmotic entry of water in hypertonic solution. So that time it is called ideal condition. That time it exerts the pressure which is called OP or osmotic pressure. These pressure is also defined as the pressure required to completely stop the entry of water into the osmotically active solution across the semi-permeable membrane. That means when hypertonic solution receive the optimum amount of water, that time this hypertonic solution convert into the hypotonic solution. Now both solution is called isotonic solution. So bidirectional movement of water is stopped and both are in the saturation level. That time the pressure is called osmotic pressure. So it is measured by bar or Pascal. So osmotic pressure is a numerical equal to the osmotic or solute potential. Osmotic potential has a negative sign, whereas osmotic pressure has a positive sign. Osmotic potential is a negative sign, clear, which is negative, or also called the solute potential, because the osmotic potential released by the solute. But in this case of osmotic, pressure is released by the movement of water, how much water release and how the level of saturation which release the osmotic pressure, clear. Now instrument used to measuring the osmotic pressure is called osmometer. In next topic, so factor influence the osmotic pressure. Now concentration of solute particle and then temperature. These are the two factors which influence the osmotic pressure. Now concentration of solute particle, when the osmotic pressure is influenced by the ratio of solute and the solvent particle, more are the solute particle, more would be the osmotic pressure. And temperature, osmotic pressure of solution increases with the increases in the temperature. So these are the two factors which influence the osmotic pressure. Next is the plasmolysis, which already explained what is the mean of plasmolysis. What happen in a plasmolysis? Again repeat it. The shrinkage of protoplasm from cell wall due to the exoosmosis caused by the hypertonic solution is called plasmolysis. A meaning that कि अगर हम हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन में प्लांट सेल को रखेंगे, that time the plant cell cytoplasm release their water into the hypertonic solution due to this osmotic pressure. और इस रीजन से जब एक्सेस वाटर जितना भी होगा वो रिलीज हो जाएगा एक्सटर्नल हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन में. That time the entire protoplasm shrink at the corner of the cell. The condition is called plasmolysis. The permanent plasmolysis causes the death. Plasmolysis has here stages. Number 1, limiting, incipient, evident, and these all are the permanent plasmolysis cause death. Clear? Next topic, which is very important, DPD, diffusion pressure deficiency or deficient. The term diffusion pressure deficiency or deficiency were coined by the B.S. Mayer. When the solute particle are added to it, the diffusion pressure of the solution get lowered, and the amount by which the diffusion pressure of solution is lower than that of the pure solvent is known as diffusion pressure deficiency. So these pressure deficiency is decreases. Would decrease it? The amount of solute decrease this pressure, that time is called it is DPD or diffusion pressure deficiency. Again repeat. The amount by which the diffusion pressure of solution is lower than that of the pure solvent, the known as diffusion pressure deficiency. अभी अमाउंट किसका है? ये अमाउंट इज द सॉल्यूट. तो ये सॉल्यूट पार्टिकल का अमाउंट जो डिफ्यूजन को लेस कर रहा है, डेफिशिएंट कर रहा है, दैट टाइम द कंडीशन इज कॉल्ड डीपीडी. नेक्स्ट टर्म विच इज कॉल्ड imbition. Is a phenomenon of absorption of water or any other liquid by the solid particle of substances without forming the solution. We can say that imbition in resin, when we keep the resin in the normal water, that time this resin absorb the water and becomes well. The condition is called imbition. The imbition is a plant cell referred to the absorption of water by hydrophilic protoplasmic and cell wall constitution is called imbition. सो इम्बिशन का बेस्ट एग्जांपल वाटर रेजिन है. जब वाटर रेजिन को वाटर में रखेंगे, रेजिन है, जब रेजिन को वाटर में रखेंगे, दैट टाइम दिस रेजिन एब्जॉर्ब द वाटर एंड बिकम्स वेल, एंड दिस टाइप ऑफ एब्जॉर्प्शन इज कॉल्ड इम्बिशन. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक विच इज एसेंट ऑफ सैप. एसेंट, that means the movement of water and mineral from root to the upper part of plant is called ascent of sap, which is also called translocation of water. So in last class we discussed about the movement of water from the area of root hair. So here the area of root hair, from root hair to the root epidermis to cortex to endodermis. Now from endodermis to pericycle, and from pericycle to xylem. So it is the pathway of water movement inside the root. So all structures are related to the root. Clear? And at the end of this structure, the tissue which is called xylem. Clear? So we can draw this structure like this. So it is a root here. Now from root here to root. तो ये जितनी भी structures है, these all are related to the root cells. Again repeat these cells. Number 1, epidermis, after then cortex, endodermis, and then pericycle. Now the special point which is Casparian strip. Ab Casparian strip is the lignin deposit strip which provide the impermeability to the cell. अब हमने डिस्कस किया था कि एपोप्लास्ट से वाटर एंड मिनरल का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन होता है. तो एपोप्लास्ट से वाटर मिनरल का जो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन होता है, अब यहाँ पे ये कैस्पेरिन स्ट्रिप की प्रेजेंस की वजह से क्या हो जाएगा, प्रिवेंट हो जाएगा. तो कैस्पेरिन स्ट्रिप एपोप्लास्ट पाथवे जो होगी उसको उस कंडीशन में प्रोबिडेट कर देगी जब ये प्रेजेंट होगी. बट व्हेन द एंडोडर्मिस एंड द कैस्पेरिन स्ट्रिप डिग्रेडेड इन सम केसेस, दैट टाइम इट अलाउ द ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ वाटर मिनरल बाय द एपोप्लास्ट. और अगर कैस्पेरिन स्ट्रिप है, दैट टाइम वाटर मिनरल ट्रांसपोर्ट कौन से होंगे? सिम्प्लास से, यानी कि प्लाज्मोडेस्मेटा से, इस वाले चैनल से ट्रांसपोर्टेशन होगा। क्लियर? कैस्पेरिन स्ट्रिप नहीं है तो ये इजीली एपोप्लास्ट से भी ट्रांसपोर्ट हो सकते हैं। क्लियर? सो इट इज अ एसेंट ऑफ सैप। In next class, we will discuss about the translocation of food source to sink. So in next class, we will discuss about the translocation of food in a plant from source to sink, which is a Munch hypothesis, which proposed by the scientist Munch in 1930, also called the mass flow hypothesis, in which we discuss about the movement of food in the form of sucrose transferred to the required plant part.